What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. So today we have another set of Kizer budget bangers. So I've got a little bit of the gamut here. So we're going from their kind of the uber cheap all the way up to their kind of the higher end of their budget spectrum. But without any further ado, we're going to check these things out. So we'll start with the cheapest one. So that is the Kizer Genie. So this is the 154 cm stonewash blade with the quote-unquote green micarta. Then we're going to go into the Kizer Sparrow. And then lastly, an exclusive Kobold 2. This is the CPM 4V with the aluminum. So, yeah, let's crack right on into these guys. Let me figure out where I'm going to set these boxes real quick to get them out of the way. First things first, we're going to go ahead and jump straight on in to the Genie. So, again, this is Kizer's green micarta. You can see that wonderful texture on the micarta. It is a fantastic micarta. Kizer does a phenomenal job with that. I'm not sure who they source their micarta from, but it is really great. You've got some really small jimping there right on the front flipper. Doesn't give you any traction when the knife is open, but it does give you some great traction there for the flipper. Perfectly centered. So this is a barrel spacer design, so free flow on the back. Of course, your pivot there, and that is a really well done Torx head on that pivot. Typical Kizer clip. It is not inset though, but you do have flat screws, so no real issues there. It is non-reversible, so it is not lefty friendly. All right, let's go ahead and flick this guy open here. And so here we have kind of a reverse Tonto, modified worn foot, whatever you want to call it. It is curved, so if it's anything, it's a modified sheep's foot or potentially a reverse Tonto. I don't know what the hell they call it. Either way, you got the beautiful stonewash that Kizer is killing. I mean, just absolutely killing. They do a fantastic job on their stonewash. Then you've got the typical Kizer billboarding, and then on the back side here, very minimal billboarding. You just have the GE for the Genie. And there might even be some schmutz on the blade here. I haven't even cleaned it off here. Let's go ahead and get this oil off the blade. Make it look even better, huh? Alright. There we go. Yeah, now we've got some reflection going on. Fantastically done. To go ahead and take a look at the grind here. Got a pretty decent sharpening choil. Your plunge grind does go a little long, but the sharpening choil is pretty good. You've got a 3/4 flat grind pretty much and full flat grind here towards the tip. The grind looks pretty even on this side. I did notice there's a little bit of a machining error here on the front side. It looks good here, and then right here you've got just a little bit of error in that tip grind, but looks pretty good nonetheless. Go ahead and try to focus in on that tip. So the tip still looks pretty good. Doesn't look off center or anything like that, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and back on out and take a look at the knife itself. So it is a fairly long, slender knife. Overall length, we're looking at, let's do this the right way around. Overall length, we are looking at just north of 7.5 inches, and we're looking at about a 3 1/4 inch cutting edge. So pretty decent sized knife. This thing doesn't weigh anything. It is very lightweight. You've got extremely milled out steel liners, and you have a thinner liner in the front here because it is a inset liner lock. You guys know how much I love inset liner locks. Fantastic little knife. Let's go ahead and take a look at our screws here. Alright, T6s, as usual with Kizer, machined out very well. I can't check the one that's underneath the pocket clip, but I'm going to assume it's just like all the other ones. And yeah, so these are fantastic. No wiggle whatsoever. Front flipper action, phenomenal. If anything, the detent is a little on the light side. So, I mean, it's just a little on the light side. This knife is technically already sold, so I just kind of got it in just to do a review on it because I really wanted to check it out. So if it were my knife, I would go ahead and strengthen the detent up a little bit. I already told the buyer that the detent is a little on the weak side. So, but other than that, it's a fantastic knife. The the handle's nice and thin, so it fits in the hand really well. You do kind of have a choke up point there that you kind of have to be careful on because you'll get up on the edge, but it gives you some good reach for such a thin, small knife. So talking about the weight of it being a fairly lightweight knife. Sorry, I got crap falling everywhere. So this thing only weighs 2.3 ounces. That is absolutely insane for a knife of this size. I mean, 2.3 ounces is crazy. Super lightweight, super nice knife, carries very well. Just cool knife. Picking them up right now, you can get them in, just keep checking with the Kizer flash sales. I know Kizer's going to be doing a big sale soon for their 11th anniversary. I don't know when this is going live, but definitely check out the link below because chances are Kizer's got a sale going on, and when they do sales big. So definitely check that out. That is the Kizer Genie. Next up, we have the Sparrow. So this is another green micarta. So this one's going to end up getting dyed blue. So it'll be kind of a dark blue dyeing over this brown or green, whatever color you want to call it. You do have a flipper here. It's a fairly low flipper, fairly minimal. I would like to have seen that, potentially moved up just a hair or just kind of straightened out a little bit. But it still works fairly well. We'll get into that. Again, there is that beautiful texture on this micarta. Lanyard hole, this one has, so we didn't have that on the last knife. And, thumb hole opening, blade hole opening, whatever you want to call it. Perfectly centered. Again, open pillar construction. There you have your non-inset pocket clip with flat screws. Again, typical Kizer pocket clip. There you can see some of the billboarding. This knife does have a ton of billboarding, which is okay. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite thing. You do have some really wonderful contouring here. You can even see that there on the micarta there, how it kind of contours down. But go ahead and take a look at the blade here. So this is a black wash blade in typical Kizer branding there. 154 cm Kizer. On the back side, you do have the name of the knife, the model number, and the designer, Blackbird Designs, or Blackbird Blades. Another flat grind. This one is another 3/4 height or half height. I'd say it's in between. You've got a pretty decent sharpening choil, nothing crazy. It's going to be in the way a little bit. But your plunge grind kind of ends, right about right there is where your plunge grind ends. So not the best, not the worst. A wonderful grind there, so you can see that looks pretty even, pretty symmetrical. Same thing on the other side, so no malfunctions there. And your tip looks phenomenal. All right, now back into the screw check. So we are looking at T8 there, and those are all T6s. What am I doing? So T6. It's wonderful. Kizer really does a killer job on this stuff. I know I've, sing their praises on this stuff all the time, but they really have a fantastic quality control. Just like any company, they're going to have things that slip through the cracks. It just is what it is. Big company like that, they're pumping out thousands and thousands of knives probably on a daily or weekly basis. So, stuff's going to slip through the cracks, but for the most part, their QC is on point. So speaking of, this thing has a great detent. Everybody's going to be a little different on what they want for a detent. This one is really crispy. When Kizer detents are crispy, they are crispy. So this one is a very nice, very crispy detent. It's going to break in wonderfully. It's a little difficult on the reverse flick, just for me anyway. But once it breaks, this thing is gone, and it's tuned really for that flipper. Because the detent's so good, that flipper is wonderful. Love the blade shape. You've got that sheep's foot blade. Just a fantastic little knife. Ergonomically, feels great in the hand. It's honestly, it's kind of, it kind of mirrors the Genie in a lot of ways. It's just kind of like a thicker version of it. Yeah, the lines are very similar. It's just a very, very good knife. Don't feel any hot spots. Pocket clip, you feel a little bit of the bill of the pocket clip, but not too bad. You can, you know, pull up and do the trigger grip on the flipper there. No jimping to be had. You know, take it or leave it. I don't really care. Jimping on the flipper is pretty good. It has plenty of grip there. Like I said, reverse flick is fantastic. Slow roll is good. See if I can thumb flick it. Yep. So you guys know that's one of the more difficult things for me, which is odd, you know. But yeah, great knife. This is another one that if you have not picked up a Sparrow, they even do a titanium version. I'm interested in getting a hold of the titanium version. I wish this one was like an inset liner, something like that. I wish the titanium one was a like a bolster lock or something like that. I'm getting away from frame locks a little bit, but yeah. Anyway, fantastic blade. Another one to check out. These guys are, both of these knives are usually in that, you know, $50 to $60 range. And you can get them on sale for way cheaper than that. I think I paid like 40 bucks for both of these. And then the last one we're taking a look at here is a little bit more expensive one. Like I said, it does have a more premium steel. So we are looking at the Kobold. So this one has a very interesting looking milled aluminum scales. You do have some pretty interesting milling there on the blade. Jimping for days all the way around it. Like I said, very contoured, very milled out aluminum. This one I have carried a little bit, so it's going to have some schmutz on it. No lanyard love or lefty love on any of these knives. Got a quarter length back spacer. It might be a half length, I don't know. Actually, no, there is some lanyard love. Looky there. We've got a lanyard loop, or a lanyard post there. So you can fish a lanyard through there. You've got steel liners on your aluminum there. And there you can see some of the crap from carrying it, but non-inset pocket clip again, same pocket clip that we've had on all three knives. So there we go. Go ahead and flick this one open. Very interesting tip design. You've got a little bit of a swedge. I don't know if you want to call that a poon or what. Got a little bit of a swedge there, and then a indent for the choke up grip. Fantastic looking blade shape. And then there you can see that milling on the blade, right around the blade hole window there. Then you've got your typical Kizer stuff again, and your designer logo, and then the Kobold 2. So let's go ahead and back on out here. Check our screws and stuff again. So our T6s. Looks like we're going to have a fantastic result all the way around. I don't think we've had one single screw that's been wiggly so far. So far, they've all been machined perfectly on all three of these knives. This T8, actually, here we go. So this T8's got a little bit of wiggle. So pivot screw has a little bit, but nothing crazy. Now onto the knife. This is my favorite of all three of them. It's a little more of a beefy knife. Love the blade shape. 4V steel is great. I love 4V and 3V. Got a nice choke up point that works really well here. Without choking up, it still feels great. You've got just enough jimping there to give you a little bit of security in that grip. When you choke up, you're past that jimping, but the back of your thumb kind of catches it. And then it's a little long for me, but you do choke up, or you can come up onto the blade and do a pinch onto the blade there, which works actually really, really well. So fantastic design there. Again, you're milling, your lines kind of run together there, so you got your lines in your blade and everything kind of runs in. Action is really great. The detent's actually perfect on this one. It's not too light, it's not too heavy. Just a great detent. Front flipper works really well. It doesn't look like it would because it's kind of a weird looking front flipper, but it works. It works really well. And you guys know I'm not the greatest with front flippers, so fantastic operation. Yeah, this is a great knife all around. I can't really complain with it at all. So ergonomically, sorry, I'm getting off the track here. you don't feel the pocket clip, period, like at all. There's no hot spots in this knife. Like I said, I've carried it and used it. I can't find one. Like I said, this one is probably my favorite of the ones, the recent purchases. So if you haven't picked up a Kobold 2, I definitely would. They make a couple different versions. They do make a 154 and micarta version, which I bet would be really nice as well. Some people don't like the aluminum, and I'm like, yeah, I'm hit or miss with it. Kizer's aluminum's pretty good. Whatever finish they put on it gives it a little bit of traction. It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a like a sandblasted almost finish to it, so it has some traction. It's not perfectly smooth. So yeah, and this one is the heaviest out of all three. We'll go ahead and do the weights on this one and the Sparrow real quick. So of course, this one being aluminum and steel, I mean, you got a 5-ounce knife there, 4.9 ounces. The Sparrow is only 3.5 ounces. We are looking at the length on these guys. Also, I'm trying to put up my scale there. So we are looking at, there we go. So your Kobold is 8 1/4-ish, and might as well just say 7 inches, just shy of 7 inches on the Sparrow, and your blade length a little north of 3.5 inches on the Kobold, and right at 2.5 inches on the Sparrow. And I'm talking cutting edges because that's what matters. Yeah, fantastic setup. Let's go ahead and do a quick paper check. Just grab something that's right here near me. Try not to quote-unquote dock myself. There we go. Grab some Midway USA flyer here. So we will start with the Genie because that was the first one we did. So Kizer's typically sharp as hell. No exception here. That one's good. Check the Sparrow. Ooh, Sparrow's even better. Man, that thing is, that's freaking sharp as hell. That's one of the sharpest out of the box knives I've had in a while. Next to that Katsu that I got not too long ago. That thing is crazy. I know this one's sharp because I've been using it. A little bit thicker blade, but still razor sharp. I'll say that's some good cutting media right there. Yeah. Anyway, Kizer, as per usual, knocks it out of the park. I've got a couple of more Kizer videos. Oop, I'm knocking crap around over here. Got a couple more Kizer videos in the works. Just from their most recent sale, been able to pick up a few blades, and then I just won a Holdra from Max Level EDC, I believe it was. So shout out to him. So I've got that video coming sometime in the near future. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all for watching. I know it's a little bit of a longer video. Well, it's only 20-minute video, so not too much longer than my typical stuff. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have one of these, what do y'all think of them? Is this something that you would be interested in picking up? And so again, thank you guys. We're over 1,000 subscribers. I'm elated with that. I hope the channel continues to grow, and just I appreciate you guys' continued support. As always, check the links down below. My link tree is down there, and then as well as, and I did this because I've been asked by several people told by several people that I needed to do this. My PayPal information is down there. If you feel the need to donate to the channel, you can do so. Like I said, I hope to see everybody at Blade Show or whenever eventually. I love meeting you guys, and I really appreciate the community. So, again, as always, folks, be kind, be humble, be EDC, and we'll see you on the next one.